Have you ever looked at someone well into their 90s, even past 100, and wondered, how are they still so sharp, active, and full of life? Maybe you've seen an old woman tending to her garden every morning with a smile on her face, or an old man riding his bicycle through the village as if he were still 50. And you think, what's their secret? Because deep down, many of us want the same thing, not just to live longer, but to live well. You see, aging is a journey we all take, but the way we age, that's something we can influence. And that's why today we're diving into the lives of the world's oldest, healthiest people. People in places like Okinawa, Japan, or the mountains of Sardinia, Italy. These folks don't just get old, they thrive. So what are they doing differently? In this video, we're going to explore 7 powerful secrets these centenarians live by. Simple, but profound habits that keep them healthy, joyful, and full of energy well into their later years. And the best part? You can start copying these habits today, no matter your age. So, let's begin this journey together with the first secret that might just change the way you think about aging. Let me ask you something. When you think of anti-aging, what comes to mind? Expensive creams? Painful treatments? What if I told you the first and perhaps most powerful anti-aging secret has nothing to do with any of that, but everything to do with how you eat? All around the world, from Costa Rica to Greece to rural China, the longest living people all have one thing in common. They eat real, whole food. Not the processed stuff, not the fast food, not the sugar-loaded snacks. Their plates are filled with fresh vegetables, whole grains, legumes, fruits, and often small portions of fish or eggs. Meat is usually eaten only on special occasions, and meals are often shared with family, slowly, and with joy. It's not a strict diet, and it's not about counting calories. It's about eating with intention, choosing food that comes from the earth, not a factory. In Okinawa, they follow a practice called hara hachi bu, which means they stop eating when they're about 80% full. They leave the table satisfied, not stuffed. This habit alone reduces inflammation in the body and keeps the metabolism running smoothly. If you're over 60 and wondering how to adjust your meals, think simple. Try adding one more vegetable to your plate each day. Replace white rice with brown or wild rice. Snack on nuts instead of chips. And most importantly, slow down. Make eating a peaceful ritual, not a rush task. Your body will thank you, and it might just help you feel 10 years younger. Now, here's another truth that might surprise you. The second secret to long, healthy living: stay socially connected. We often think of health as physical, exercise, diet, medication. But emotional health, especially staying connected with others, is just as important. In the world's longest living communities, loneliness is rare. Elders are not isolated. They are respected, involved, and loved. In Nicoya, Costa Rica, families live close together. Grandparents play with grandchildren, neighbors check in on each other, and people genuinely enjoy being part of the community. This kind of support reduces stress, lifts mood, and even lowers the risk of diseases like Alzheimer's and depression. You don't have to live in a village to feel this connection. Maybe it's a phone call to a friend every day or a weekly walk with a neighbor. Join a local club, volunteer at a community center, or just sit outside and chat with a passerby. Little moments of human connection, especially as we age, are like medicine for the soul. And here's a beautiful thought. Sometimes the most healing thing we can do isn't to take another pill, but to share a laugh, a story, or a warm hug. Now that we've talked about nourishing your body with whole foods and nourishing your heart through connection, let's keep moving forward, because the third secret adds a little fun to the mix. Secret number 3, keep moving naturally. Think you need a gym membership to stay young? Think again. The world's oldest, most vibrant people don't spend hours lifting weights or running on treadmills. Instead, they move naturally every single day. In places like Okinawa, Greece, and Sardinia, Italy, movement is part of daily life. People walk to visit neighbors, work in their gardens, tend to animals, or do housework. They don't exercise in the traditional sense. They simply live in a way that keeps them active. And this kind of low-intensity, consistent movement throughout the day helps keep their joints limber, their hearts healthy, and their minds sharp. One 102-year-old woman from Okinawa was once asked her secret. She smiled and said, "I get up and down from the floor many times a day. That's my exercise." Simple, right? If you're over 60, this is empowering news. You don't need to run marathons. Just get up and move frequently. Walk around the house, stretch in the morning, dance to your favorite song. Take the stairs instead of the elevator. Park farther from the store. It all adds up. Even better, choose movement that brings joy. Gardening, tai chi, walking your dog, sweeping the porch. It's not about burning calories. It's about staying connected to your body in ways that feel natural and enjoyable. And science shows this kind of gentle movement can extend your life and reduce your risk of chronic illness. Secret number 4, have a sense of purpose. This next one is big. In fact, it might be the most important of all. It's called Ikigai in Japan. In Nagoya, they call it plan de vida. In English, it's your reason to get out of bed in the morning, your sense of purpose. The oldest people in the world have something they look forward to each day. It might be taking care of a grandchild, painting, volunteering, or tending a garden. Whatever it is, it gives their life meaning. And that sense of meaning, science shows, can add years to your life. In fact, studies show that people with a strong sense of purpose are less likely to suffer from heart disease, stroke, and depression. They sleep better. They cope with stress more easily. And most of all, they wake up with joy. If you're in your 60s, 70s, or beyond, and you've retired from your job, you might be wondering, what now? This is the perfect time to rediscover what lights you up. What brings you joy? What makes you feel useful, excited, creative, or loving? Start small. Teach your grandchildren how to bake bread. Join a storytelling group. Paint, sing, mentor, right? Your purpose doesn't have to be huge. It just has to feel real to you. Because when you live with purpose, every day becomes a gift. Not just another day survived, but a day truly lived. Secret number 5, keep stress in check. The 5th secret is one we all need, especially in today's world: managing stress. Stress speeds up aging. It weakens your immune system, hurts your heart, and drains your energy. But the world's longest living people, they know how to let stress go. In Okinawa, people pause every afternoon to remember their ancestors and feel gratitude. In Loma Linda, California, many centenarians are part of a faith-based community that rests completely every Sabbath. In Sardinia, people take daily breaks to enjoy wine and laughter with friends. These little rituals might not seem like much, but they're powerful. You don't need a big life change to reduce stress. Just a few small habits can make a huge difference. Try meditating for 5 minutes in the morning. Take a walk outside. Practice deep breathing. Laugh more. Pray, journal, or listen to music that calms your soul. Even better, combine this with secret number 2, stay socially connected. A good conversation, a shared meal, a hug. These are natural stress relievers that also warm the heart. Remember, the goal isn't to eliminate stress completely. That's impossible. But learning to flow with life and not fight it, that is a powerful anti-aging tool. Now that we've covered how to move more naturally, live with purpose, and reduce stress, we're down to our last 2 secrets, and they might just be your favorites. Secret number 6, eat, mostly plants. If there's one thing nearly all long-living communities have in common, it's this: they eat mostly plants. In Okinawa, people eat sweet potatoes, tofu, seaweed, and vegetables like bitter melon. In Nagoya, Costa Rica, the diet includes beans, corn, squash, and tropical fruits. In Sardinia, there's plenty of whole grains, garden vegetables, and a little goat cheese. Meat isn't completely off the table, but it's used more like a side dish or special treat, not the main event. These cultures eat less sugar, less processed food, and more real, whole ingredients from the earth. Why does this matter? Because plant-based diets are full of fiber, antioxidants, and anti-inflammatory compounds that protect your heart, your brain, and your cells from aging. They help lower cholesterol, manage blood pressure, reduce inflammation, and support a healthy gut, key ingredients in longevity. Here's the best part: you don't need to go 100% vegan to get the benefits. to start shifting the balance. Add a handful of berries to your breakfast. Swap one meat-based meal for beans or lentils. Load your plate with colorful veggies. Try fermented foods like kimchi, pickles, or yogurt to nourish your gut. You not only feel better, you'll age better too. Secret number 7. Stay connected, love deeply. And finally, this one might surprise you. The longest living people in the world don't just eat well or move often. They're deeply connected to the people around them. In Okinawa, people form close-knit social circles called moai, where members support each other emotionally and financially for life. In Sardinia, generations live together or nearby. In Nicoya, elders are respected, cherished, and remain central to family life. Loneliness is toxic. It's been shown to increase the risk of heart disease, stroke, dementia, and even early death. But connection, real, loving connection, heals. If you're over 60, don't underestimate the power of a kind word, a warm hug, or a shared laugh. These simple acts nourish the soul. Call a friend, host a tea party, join a club or church group, volunteer, reach out to a neighbor, and if you feel isolated, don't be afraid to let someone know. You deserve connection. Even better, give love freely. Help others. Be the friend, the mentor, the gentle presence that someone else needs. It turns out that loving others is one of the most powerful ways to stay young at heart. Wrapping up, what can you start today? So, what can we learn from the world's oldest, healthiest people? A lot. But most importantly, we learn this. You don't need expensive supplements or extreme routines to age gracefully. You just need to return to what's simple and true. Eat food that nourishes. Move your body in joyful ways. Stay connected to people who lift your spirit. Live with purpose. And take moments to breathe, laugh, and appreciate the beauty of each day. It's never too late to start. So whether you're 60 or 90, make today the beginning of your own longevity journey. You have so much life left to live, and you deserve every beautiful moment of it.